This tufting gun is strictly meant for tufting. Using yarn, string it through and get to crafting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. But this tufting fun is 101 we learning. This tufting gun is strictly meant for tufting. Get the skills up, eventually be earning. Using yarn, string it through and get to tufting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. Yeah, decorating rugs, designing and creating's what I do. Making wall decor, pillows too. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. We tufting and just crafting. Find designs, they come to life. We tufting, tell them twice, yeah we tufting. This tufting gun is strictly meant for tufting. Using yarn, string it through and get to crafting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. But this tufting fun is 101 we learning. This tufting gun is strictly meant for tufting. Get the skills up and actually be earning. Using yarn, string it through and get to tufting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. This tufting gun is strictly meant for tufting. Using your string it through and get to crafting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. But the tufting fun is 101. This tufting gun is strictly meant for tufting. Get the skills up, eventually be earning. Using your string it through and get to tufting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. Yeah, decorating rugs, designing and creating's what I do. Making walls decor pillows too. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. We tufting and just crafting. Find designs, they come to life. We tufting. Tell them twice, yeah we tufting. This tufting gun is strictly meant for tufting. Using your string through and get to crafting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. This tufting fun is 101 we This tufting gun is strictly meant for tufting. Get the skills up, eventually be earning. Using your string it through and get to tufting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. This tufting gun is strictly meant for tufting. Using yarn, string it through and get to crafting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. But this tufting fun is 101 we learning. This tufting gun is strictly meant for tufting. Get the skills up, eventually be earning. Using yarn, string it through and get to tufting. Decorating rugs, designing and creating's what I do. Making wall decor, pillows to be tufting and just crafting. Find designs, they come to life. We Tufting and twice. Yeah, we Tufting. Hey. This Tufting gun is strictly meant for Tufting. Using yarn, string it through and get to crafting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. But this Tufting fun is 101 we learning. This Tufting gun is strictly meant for Tufting. Get the skills up, eventually be earning. Using yarn, string it through and get to Tufting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. Gun is strictly meant for Tufting. Using yarn, string it through and get to crafting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. But this Tufting fun is 101 we learning. This Tufting gun is strictly meant for Tufting. Get the skills up, eventually be earning. Using yarn, string it through and get to crafting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. Tough to be here, we just vibing.
So I noticed a few of y'all say that y'all are interested in learning how to tuft. I recommend you watch some content creators that do tufting, like myself and others.
Get the skills up, eventually be earning. Using yarn, string
just seriously consider if it's something you want to do yourself. I will be here for you throughout your journey.
Look, this Tufting gun is strictly meant for Tufting. Using yarn, string it through and get to crafting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. But this Tufting fun is 101 we learning. Look, this Tufting gun is strictly meant for Tufting. Get the skills up, eventually be earning. Using yarn, string it through and get to Tufting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. Decorating rocks, designing and creating's what I do. Making all this stuff belongs to. We Tufting and just crafting. Our designs, they come to life. We Tufting, tell them twice, yeah, we Tufting. This Tufting gun is strictly meant for Tufting. Using yarn, string it through and get to crafting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. But this Tufting fun is 101 we learning. This Tufting gun is strictly meant for Tufting. Get the skills up, eventually be earning. Using yarn, string it through and get to Tufting. You ain't got a tough to be here, we just vibing. Yeah. blick ain't got no bullets. This blick ain't got no bullets. I got yarn up in my head. Go live and do some Tufting. All they thought I was playing. Pick my design, then I come up with plans. Let's tough again, let's tough again. This is more than just a trend. We crafting as a hobby, but you know what's the plan. Doing what I love and all the above. Making rugs just because. And maybe make some fun. Using Tufting guns, don't you run. We Tufting having fun. Let's tough, can never get enough. It must be tough, Tufting all this random stuff. Let's tough it up, can never get enough. Let's tough. Wall decor, or something you'll adore. Ooh. Let's tough, can never get enough. Grab your projector, so you can trace the image. It's the toughest sector, make your way to the scrimmage. Yeah, use a Sharpie marker, what color you want. Just make sure it's darker, or this task you don't. Gotta see the design. Gotta tough along the line. Hey, this blick ain't got no bullets. I got yarn up in my hand. Go live and do some Tufting. All they thought I was playing. Pick my designs, then I come up with plans.
All right, y'all. Happy Thursday. Let's take a closer look at this.
We crafting as a hobby, but you know what's the plan. Let's go. Can never get enough. Grab your projector so you can trace the image. It's the toughest sector. Make your way to the scrimmage. Yeah. This blick ain't got no bullets. I got yarn up in my hand. Go live and do some Tufting. All they thought I was playing. Pick my design, then I come up with plans. Let's tough again, let's tough again. This is more than just a trend. We crafting as a hobby, but you
Still
know
gotta fill in these parts at the bottom. Everything else is mostly done. So I'm gonna be on here about just a couple more minutes, and I'm gonna fill in the bottom, and then I'll let you all go. Oh, and thanks for coming by.
Blick ain't got no bullets, I got yarn up in my hand. Go live and do some Tufting, all they thought I was playing. Pick my designs, then I come up with plans. Let's tough again, let's tough again. This is more than just a trend. We crafting as a hobby, but you know what's the plan. Doing what I love and all the above. Making runs just because. And maybe make some fuzz. Using Tufting guns, don't you run. We Tufting having fun. Let's tough. Tufting all this random stuff. Let's tough it up, can never get enough. Let's tough wall decor or something you'll adore. Ooh, let's tough, can never get enough. Grab your projector so you can trace the image. It's the toughest sector, make your way to the scrimmage. Use the Sharpie marker, what color you want. Just make sure it's darker or this task you don't. Gotta see the design. Gotta tough the whole design. This blick ain't got no bullets, I got yarn up in my hand. Go live and do some Tufting, I thought I was playing. Pick my designs and I come up with plans. Let's tough again, let's tough again. This is more than just a trend. Crafting as a hobby, but you know what's the plan. I got yarn up in my hand, ideas and I come up with plans. Let's tough again. Let's tough again. It's more than just a trend. We crafting as a hobby, but you know what's the plan.
Have an amazing day.
Blick ain't got no bullets, I got yarn up in my hand. Go live and do some tough, then all they thought I was playing.